Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. On this, what day is it? Hang on, look at the title. Tuesday, Talent Tuesday. I thought it was Wednesday. It is not. Talent Tuesday. Hey, I'll tell you, there is a lot of talent right now in the system. Keep seeing all these like layoffs and everything. Like, what's up with that? Crazy. Oh, that's right. TikTok won't let me. Okay. We're on a new platform this morning. Trying it out. We're on Restream. Makes things a lot easier. I'm not having to like do 40 different things. But yeah, keep seeing a lot of layoffs, which sucks. I recently saw Headspace had some layoffs. Some really talented folks just on the job market now. So if you're one of those folks, just know you can reach out to me. Let me know if there's something I can connect you with. Or just also comment what position you're looking for. I've probably got some connections that might be able to help. I can also, if you're like, hey, I just don't know how to like find roles right now, let me know. I'm happy to like share my screen, walk through that process. But also just stay positive because I've also been in the same situation. And it typically does lead to something that's just a lot better for you. Good morning, TikTok. I see everybody strolling through. Yeah, so if you're part of the layoffs or if you're just looking for another job and you've got a Q&A, if you want to like ask questions, I'm happy to like help show people how to find jobs right now. I'm happy to connect people. Like if you're a talent, you're like, hey, I've got the experience, I've got everything. I'm just having a hard time getting in the door and talking to somebody. I think that's been the biggest thing that I'm hearing is people are just not getting in the door and talking to somebody. But there are ways to do it. You can get through that, bust through that. So stay positive, I think, is the biggest thing because there are roles out there. There are companies actually hiring. And I'm, a realist in that I know that there are companies that say that they're hiring, but they're not actually hiring. They're just wanting the tax benefits, right? So, all you can do is put yourself out there. Try to, don't be anything more than you are. And let your authentic self come through. That's what's going to get you the right role. And don't feel like you also have to settle too. Now, there are plenty of times in my own life, right, where I've been like, hey, I'm taking this particular job because it's going to help let me get through this time while I'm looking for the thing that I'm really wanting to excel in. So stay positive. Type in the chat what type of role you're looking for. I'm happy to like kind of show what the process looks like of looking for a role like that. There's a lot of talent in the chat as well. Hey RJ, good morning. How are you? I met with RJ the other day. Talking about talent in the chat. RJ is a prime example of a product manager that's just like got an incredible resume and met up with me. We were chatting for, I think 45 60 Minutes just about his background. And the whole time I'm thinking like, man, there's so much I can learn from this guy. So, yeah, RJ's also, I think you recently posted about looking as well. So happy to see that you're on the hunt. Again, prime example of somebody that's just got so much talent that's also looking right now. Yeah, lots of folks on TikTok. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're talking about product stuff. I got some funny TikToks to show, at least funny TikToks to show for Twitch and LinkedIn and YouTube. TikTok did not like yesterday that I was showing other TikToks, which is interesting to me because I'm like, you do know I'm showing other people's content. Like I'm showing who they are. I don't know. But TikTok doesn't like it. So TikTok, you don't get to see the TikToks unless you're on one of the other platforms. But yeah, lots of, sounds like there was another round of layoffs for a lot of tech companies. And be honest, I think this morning show concept, I feel like the worst morning show host because I'm not a morning person. But I just want to right now, I think help people escape just for an hour in the morning, help them, laugh a little bit, learn something new maybe, and just kind of focus for the day, because I know there's a lot to worry about right now, but we can take an hour, right, and just laugh and learn a little bit, but then also Q&A. If y'all have got any questions, if y'all are like, hey, can you help me figure out how to hunt for jobs on LinkedIn? Is LinkedIn the right place? I'm totally happy to sit down and share my screen and walk through it a little bit, and use the role that you're looking for as an example. So we're here to help with the job search. We're here to escape from the worries of job searching. I got some TikToks over here. Let's take a look. We're on a new platform, so I'm just let's go over here and share my screen. Boom. Oh, my thing kind of gets covered up, doesn't it? What if we did this? Yeah, that works. That works. Oh, thank you, RJ. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Hey, Caleb, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We got a few folks on TikTok as well. So appreciate y'all hanging out. All right, I'm here. Devin on the TikTok. I see you, Devin. Good morning. All right, so I got some TikToks we're gonna look at. TikTok, sorry. TikTok does not like that I show other people's TikToks, but you can listen to them. What's up, bro? What's up, Devin? All right. So context, this kid's pulling Pokemon cards, right? And this is not product related at all. But I was just like, I was this kid. Actually, hold up. I even got I'll show you. When I was 11 or 12, I pulled base set Charizard. This is it. This is the actual card from when I was, let me make it big over here. Let's see. Yeah, base set Charizard. Look at that. Isn't that a beaut? Anyway, this kid's pulling Pokemon cards, and he pulls a Charizard, one of the newer Charizards. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Can y'all even hear that? He's so happy. Can y'all hear that? I don't know if the sound's coming through. Okay, y'all can hear it on TikTok. Can y'all hear it on LinkedIn? He is just like going crazy. What the flip? Oh man. Good morning, Brittany. I see you on TikTok. I love that. I love that for that kid. It's so funny. No, you can't hear it on the other streams. Oh, hang on. We gotta fix that. We gotta fix that. Oh, there it is. There it is. I see. Okay. We'll go back. We'll go back, RJ. Thank you for telling me. Can you hear it now?
What the flip?
What? What? Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Buddy, I'm shaking. Buddy! Oh my
Love this so
god!
much.
Buddy! I'm shaking.
And here's the thing.
Buddy!
Oh my gosh!
Let me see.
Here's the thing. After you pull a card like that, you will chase that high the rest of your life. It's like you will never, like you will always be chasing that high the rest of your life when you pull a Charizard like that. Love that.
I am the decider of us.
Okay, listen. There's so many good TikToks of making fun of product managers, and I'll be honest, they get to me sometimes. Like sometimes I watch them the first time and I'm like, that's not really what product like I'll get defensive. But then after some time passes, I'm like, that's pretty funny though. Cuz like I know people like that, or I've even done that in the past myself. This is one of those TikToks. Let me back it up for you.
I am the decider of us three. I decide. Let the decider decide. I am not the suggester. I'm not having a good time with this game. I am the decider of us three. I just.
Oh, product manager memes. They're good.
If you work in any of these fields or any of these jobs, you're already well on your way to becoming a product manager. There are a select few
Very
who become
true.
product managers straight out of college.
Okay, so for TikTok, because I know TikTok you can't see it, but it's customer service, business marketing, operations engineering. If you work in any of those types of roles, like you are uniquely positioned to become a product manager.
But that is not the majority, including me. Before becoming a product manager, I worked in business operations, which, as you can see, is one of the jobs that leads into APM roles. But what I struggled with most was figuring out what skills I already had and what skills I needed to work on to get to that APM role. So I created this skill mapping guide for product management, which is free, by the way. It shows you how to take the main 6 skill areas of product management.
By the way, I tried looking for this document. I don't think she does this anymore. This is like a really old TikTok, but it was really good information. And so like here you can show like these different types of or these people coming from whether you're a college student or an engineer or a consultant. Here's the types of skills that you can bring into the product role that like really make you unique. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand is like you have an opportunity. It's like if you come from sales, you may be working on a product team with people that have zero sales experience, and a good product manager, a good manager of product managers is going to build a team where there's not a lot of overlap in skill sets. Like if I'm building a product team, I probably want a product manager that's got a sales background, a product manager that's got an engineering background, a product manager that has, customer service background, because then you're building a team that can help each other skill up in those areas where each other are weak. That's the secret.
And apply them to the job that you're coming from.
That was just
so
a
you
good,
know what to work on.
piece on that.
Hey team, how we doing? Good.
Okay. I know a guy exactly like this. It was the worst working with him. And I wish him all the best.
Did you get my? Great. So, team, want to be conscious of time here, right? So, can you see my screen? Great. So, team, basically, high level here, right? Big picture, we're about 6.5 weeks behind our due date for our second key milestone. So, what we're going to do here, right, is kind of recreate our roadmap to help the team better prioritize key initiatives. So, with that in mind, the next deliverable is due at 1:30. So, I'll go ahead and give you 29 minutes back to work on that. Okay, great. Thanks so much. Yep. Okay, bye.
To give you time back. I'm going to give time back. There's so many good sayings in meetings. I was thinking about this the other day. It's like trying to think about all the different sayings, and I'm sure people in chat can put some good ones that I'm not thinking of. It's like, let's circle back to that, and let's put a pin in that. And I'm kind of like, no, let's talk about it right now. Oh man. I'm trying to think of what some other good, meeting sayings are. I feel like project managers and product managers definitely use these a lot. Anyway, we all know.
5 reasons why I hate being a product manager. Number 1.
Okay, I know that this is probably this guy's shtick, is creating content on why he hates being a product manager. Because people are probably like, what? Well, then why are you a product manager? But actually, this is a really good, way. 4 animals tough to work with as a PM. Hippo and zebra are the worst. Can tolerate a rhino and a wolf. Oh, gosh. Explain this. I've not heard this. 4 animals? Is that like a thing? Oh, it's like a personality test. Is that what it is? Oh, this is like lion, otter, dog, and beaver. Is there a different one that's 4 animals? I'm going to look it up. Hippo, zebra, rhino, wolf. All right, let's see. What is this? Oh, 4 dangerous animals of product development. Here we go. This is new. This is new. Oh, you got the link. Look at him. Courtney, are you leaving? Okay, have a great day. Bye, I love you. All right, let's look at this. Productboard.com/blog. I can't click on it right from the animals of product management. I love this. Let's look at this. Okay. Hippo is the highest paid person's opinion. Okay. It can be tempting to give in to hippos. Let me oh, there we go. Let me get rid of this. Outside that. There we go. Founders or CEOs who want to make all the decisions. Here we go. TikTok, I'm going to make it where you can see as well. There we go. There you go, TikTok. Okay, so hippos are the highest paid person's opinion. It can be tempting to give in to the hippos. Bring everything back to your vision and objectives if the hippos aren't aligned with these. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, at the end of the day, right? They're the ones that are setting the vision. So you said hippos and zebras are the worst. You can tolerate rhinos and wolves. Okay, so the wolf Working on latest Firewolf has a short attention span and a temptation to jump from one problem to the next. This will disrupt your team's focus and effectiveness, making you easy prey for your competitors. Create a process for collecting feedback about problems or bugs. Yeah, I've definitely been the wolf at times myself. But creating a process, that's how you actually get to see like what is really a fire, because I feel like wolves sometimes will jump to a fire that they just feel like is a fire, and it's like difficult because like when you're in it and you're on the ground with people, it's like hey, Devin says bye, Courtney. She says bye, Devin. When you're in it and you're like, and especially operational teams, because I was in this at boot camp Thinkful that I worked for, and I was on the customer success team, and it's like I was in charge of 120 students at the time, so any fire for them was my fire, and that's all I'm thinking about. As a product manager, though, what the person, like customer success person, may not know, and I mean, I'm telling myself I didn't know back then, was that there are these product fires. And so you have to be able to like balance that, be like, yes, I hear you, I've captured this thing, and here it is. So you know it's not going into an infinite void. And I will make sure that this, gets done. And I will follow up with you. And that's typically how wolves will like be fine after that. But I've definitely been the wolf myself. The rhino really here in name only. It's just there to collect the paycheck without contributing much to the team. They might not be actively impeding your decision making, but they're also not helping much. Having a clear, defined prioritization process can help ensure team members. Yeah, zebras. Zero evidence, but really arrogant. Yeah, I know exactly who this is without even reading the description. Zebras think they know it all, but rely on their instinct rather than actual evidence. To stave off the zebras in your midst, make sure you've got data to back up your decisions. Come up with quick experiments you can run to test ideas and gather evidence. Yeah, test and see. Like, that's it. Test and see. Absolutely. This is a great article. I'm going to put this in our Notion. We have a Notion. Oh. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Wait, what am I doing? There we go. Notion. Let's create some release notes, yeah? 11/26, 2024. And then open that up. So it's hippos, wolves, zebras, and what was the last one? Rhinos in product development. I love this. Boom. That did not do what I thought it did. Come on. Link to URL. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to drop this in the chat. I don't know that it'll go on LinkedIn. I think it goes to YouTube and Twitch. But I'll put it on TikTok too. There we go. This is going to be our... I need to get a short URL for that. Anyway, our release notes of what we talk about and stuff. That I'll be somewhat good about doing. All right, let's go back.
1. Ownership and responsibility are huge. Your feature.
Okay,
can
so we're
literally
talking-
impact 5 reasons why I hate
Why he hates being a product manager.
being a product manager. Number 1. Ownership and responsibility are huge. Your feature can literally impact millions of people, and you are ultimately responsible for the success of your product. Number 2.
For sure. There's a lot of product managers that don't take ownership of, like, I would say the results. Like, they want to be the owners during the process of it and everything, but they don't actually, like, when it comes to taking accountability for what impact they actually have. right? Yeah, that's a good point.
2. Constant negotiation is needed. I do this with engineering teams and stakeholders the most for timelines and scope. Number 3, working with an engineering team can be tough if you don't have the technical aptitude. They're not going to listen to you if you can't convince them that you understand how software products are built. Building trust and credibility can take time. Number 4, too many meetings. Meetings are a vehicle for product managers to move along their features and products, but
It's a skill to not have too many meetings, right? To like be able to like negotiate out of meetings and be like, is this really a meeting, or is this an email or a Slack message, or like, let's just make a decision. Like,
4 to 5 hours of meetings every day can be a little bit too much. And number 5, you have to be able to context switch like crazy. You talk to engineers, designers, users, data science, legal, product marketing, sales, business development. There are some days you
Yeah.
wonder how the day went by. 5 reasons why I hate
that's a good one.
So, have you been?
Okay. So for those going through the interview process, RJ, you probably are one of these. Here's something that I found yesterday that I was like, this is so true.
Product manager before? Yes, I have. Great. So,
For TikTok, this is product manager interviews back then versus product interviews now. So this is the back then.
what kinds of products or features have you shipped, and how did they perform? I actually recently shipped a mobile web redesign that reduced bounce rate 50%. Nice, awesome. Hey, is this guy legit? Amazing. You're hired. We'll see you Monday. Your CPO for a global billion-dollar website blended D2C.
Now, this is how, and I've been in one recently where this is the case.
Blended D2C enterprise marketplace selling SaaS analytics solutions to electric car vendors in China. Looking to understand their marketing performance in Ghana. Provide a 5-year vision for product roadmap and strategy in a 50-slide deck to be presented in 10 minutes, followed by 3 hours of feedback on Monday at 7 a.m. So, have you been...
What? Oh, it's so frustrating. Like I've heard of case interviews because that's what like a case interview is, and it's like what they give McKinsey consultants that will come into these large organizations. And I was looking up case interviews online just to like get a feel for what they were like. And someone was like, yeah, the interviewer came in and was like, all right, let's just get started. You have a friend who's thinking about buying a mini golf course. Should he do it? That's it. That's all you get in the interview. Like that is what they give you in the interview. And so you've got to like ask questions and talk about like what's their goals and how much are they putting in, the initial investment, what's the upkeep cost, what's the fixed and variable costs, understand the, calculate the break-even point, figure out can they make, the amount of revenue they need to make to hit their goal within X amount of time, and like do all of this stuff. I wish I had gotten an MBA back in college. I don't know if that's true. I think my psychology degree has actually served me really well. But I don't know. I wish I'd gotten more business experience in college coming into product management, because that's something I just had to learn on my own. But I thought this was really funny, the contrast between the types of interviews we used to have and what we have now. All right, this says developer, it works on my computer. Product manager, yes, but we are not going to give your computer to the customer.
Hey, so how quickly can we get this done? 10 days.
Engineer versus PM. I'm having to like commentate for TikTok.
No can do. We need it faster. Then you'll need to cut scope. How about I add another engineer? 15 days. What if I removed an engineer? Depends who. Bob, 12 days. Sally, 18 days. Steve, 5 days. Done. Kiss on it? Kiss on it. Okay, so how quickly can we get this done? 10
That's that negotiating.
Anthony, could you give us an update on your current task?
Yeah, I should.
Okay, hang on. We were just talking about buzzwords. I forgot I saved this.
Should have it done by tomorrow.
Okay, so it sounds like there's no blockers or dependencies that'll impact the team's velocity, right? It's just a backlog task that doesn't really align with a customer journey or our MVP's epic, but it'll help with our NPS score.
Sorry, I don't really understand.
I think what she's trying to say is hurry up and finish your work faster.
Exactly. Thank you, Jared.
No, thank you. Speaking of MVPs, you're the MVP of our team. Every user story you create adds more to our epic backlog, and with your help, the velocity of our developers' churn rate has never been higher.
Jared, I didn't know you were also a certified Agile Scrum Grandmaster. You should have told me. That's awesome. Anthony, could you give us an update on your current...
Certified Scrum Grandmaster. Oh, the certifications you can get as in the tech field. Certified Scrum Grandmaster. Demos are the best. Yeah, exactly, RJ. Demos are the best. It'll work great just 2 hours before the customer meeting, and it starts acting funny in the calls. Like, almost never fails that's how this goes. 100 million times over. Yeah. Exactly.
Anthony, did you get a chance to look into that bug on the homepage?
Yeah, it was an API response causing the entire site to crash.
Oh man, another one?
Yeah, I pushed the fix up though, so it should be fine.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And after you spend this...
That's what I like about working in startups, right? It's like, you just get the thing done. Just get the thing done.
sprint spiking on what the issue could be, we can figure out how we want to resolve it.
Oh, before that, could we dedicate a few story points to writing up an incident report just so we have everything on file?
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessary. It's a pretty quick fix. I can just push it up right now.
Good idea, Chris. I'll schedule a meeting for next week so we can talk more about that incident report. Team, I really want to emphasize we need to get this solved ASAP so we
gotta
can
use
try
some
and
story
push
points.
this as next month's release.
Next month's release is a bit ambitious, but if there's any team that can do it, it's us. I've got to drop for our lunchtime yoga session, but we should definitely put something on the calendar for tomorrow to continue the discussion.
What the?
And
we're gonna dedicate some story points to writing up the incident report. Oh my gosh. It says can't miss lunchtime yoga in the comments.
3 prompts that you will want sometime between now and New Year's.
Okay, if you are not following Nate B. Jones, incredible guy. And for those that like making connections in the chat, please go to Nate B. Jones's website. I think it's literally just natebjones.com. It is just natebjones.com. And I think you can just... I thought he had just like a thing where you could just grab 30 minutes with him. You can. It's paid now, though. Anyway.
I'll give them to you now. You can save this.
I would recommend DMing him, finding someone. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what's happening, RJ. You have 7 chats with different stakeholders asking for the same issue. Yeah. Anyway, Nate's amazing. He's always got some great, like, he's got his finger on the pulse of AI news. And this is like my plug for AI news.
And share it. The first one, kid magic for all of those parents out there. So, if you do something like Elf on a Shelf, Mensch on a Bench, something with childhood magic, something
Snoop
with
on a
planning, talk to ChatGPT about that. For example, if you want to do Elf on a Shelf, you sit there and you have ChatGPT help you come up with a scenario with the letters from Santa, with the creative. You can even get it to help you draw little pictures.
Good idea.
I guarantee you, I've been doing illustrations in ChatGPT for the childhood stories that my kid tells me at bedtime. They're very creative.
That's a great idea.
And it's just fantastic because they get to see the picture and be like, oh yeah, it was like that. Or, oh no, make it a little bit more like this. And I can just do it. So if you're not using ChatGPT for the like childhood magic of the holidays, you should be.
It's a great idea.
Number 2, You'll want this when you start to think about wrapping up your year, what your year is coming up for the New Year's, etc. I want you to talk to ChatGPT or Claude and ask it to interview you one question at a time. Ask it to interview you as if you are finishing a year filled with accomplishments of your personal and professional goals. Essentially, put yourself forward in time. Imagine a year ahead that's filled with personal and professional accomplishment, and then ask the LLM, the large language model, to interview you at the end of that time. Now, that may sound a little abstract, but it's actually not. It's actually just asking the large language model to help you visualize the year ahead that you want to accomplish in a way that's really conversational. And then after you've had that whole conversation about the goals, after you've had essentially a reporter interview you about these imagined accomplishments, these personal and professional goals that you're dreaming of, then you are in a better position to work back and think about what that means.
Yeah.
So that's more of a New Year's thing. And then, I don't know about you, but January or February, the winter blues start to hit here in the Northern Hemisphere. I want a vacation. Third use for a large language model. You can talk to Claude, you can talk to ChatGPT, and you can ask it where to go on vacation. I don't mean generically. I mean, you can say, this is how long a flight I will tolerate. I will tolerate a nonstop flight. This is exactly the kind of neighborhood I want to be in. This is the kind of thing I want to see. This is the kind of food I want to eat. And it will give you options. It will give you specific options. It may sound weird, but these large language models know the world down to the neighborhood level. You can get neighborhood level recommendations for holiday destinations you want to go to with very good rationale. I will never plan a vacation the same way again. So there you go. 3 prompts for your holiday delight. Number 1, the childhood memory.
RJ said, how can I join the live on TikTok? I think it's just Matt Schul. Just look up Matt Schul on TikTok, and I should be live there. Should be. TikTok is new, so I'm not
Magic
sure.
prompt, you can say, hey, I have an elf on a shelf. I would love it if you could help me come up with a creative and delightful story for that elf on a shelf to tell the children over the course of the holiday season, or substitute it with something else. If you don't do that, that's fine. Number 2.
So anyway, Nate's amazing. Definitely follow Nate if you aren't already. And the thing about working backwards from the goals, I love that because there's a book by Matt Wallert that I found really helpful at the beginning of my product career. And it's called, let me see if I can bring it up here, Start at the End by Matt Wallert. And he was, let's see, where did he, I think he was at Amazon. Pretty sure. But it just talks about like looking at it from a, okay, here's the end goal. And really it's like the product process, right? It's like, here's the outcome we're looking for. Here's the end goal. And let's work backwards from that. Like what needs to be true to then, for us to be able to reach that goal, like work backwards. And then you have this like roadmap of like what has to be true in order to meet that. Hey. Or was that you on the TikTok now? Or did you hop over to TikTok? Thanks. Hello. All right. What else do I have? I've prepared some other things. Okay, cool. Well, welcome. Second RJ. What else do I have prepared here? I think I can show TikTok my screen now. I think we're good on that. We didn't get shadow banned on TikTok this time, so that's good. That's always a good thing. Me hop over. There's the chat. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I had some like some articles from Lenny's newsletter recently that I found interesting. But feel free also to just like ask questions. If anybody's got any questions I'm happy to answer if you've got any like career questions or job search questions. There's also just some really talented folks in the chat, so be sure to say hello to each other as well. And just, again, just trying to create kind of a positive morning hour for us to escape, laugh a little, learn a little, and help each other in job searches, things like that. So feel free at any point to do a little Q&A, ask any questions or ask for help in any way. I'm happy to answer. I'm going to pull up this so people know that they can ask questions. Ask questions about, let's do this. Product, job search, getting interviews, whatever, in the chat. There we go. There we go. We got a question on TikTok. Matt, how would you answer, tell me about a time that you had to use data to make a decision? Good question. I think the first thing is to like actually provide a real example that you've had. And it doesn't have to be in your career either. I think people think just about the job, right? And so you don't have to, I am a data person at heart, yes. It doesn't have to be in your job. Like maybe there was a decision in your life, like, you know, what degree were you going to get in college? Did you, you know, what degree did you pursue in college, and how did you use data to determine that? That might be something for you. It was not for me, but that might be the case for you of like, oh, I actually looked into all this data to understand the best path forward based on different market trends. Like, listen, if you're 17, 18 and you're that smart, bless you, because that wasn't me at 17 and 18. But it's most likely going to be something in your job, but I think it shows creativity if it's not in your job. So if somebody's asking you, how would you, or tell me about a time you had to use data to make a decision, just make sure it's a real example that you've used data to make a decision. That's the first thing. Then the second thing would be start with the problem that you were trying to solve. So let's say I had a product where I'm trying to get people, the problem is people are going through our sales funnel, but they're not converting. They're not doing that paid subscription, or they're not doing some paid product. They're not purchasing some product. So in order to determine what it is that is causing the problem, you may use multiple forms of data to look at that. You may use qualitative data, where you're getting on the phone with people, or you're emailing them, or you're just talking with people that have gone through and maybe they got right up to the purchase point, but they just didn't make that. And you thought like, oh, they should. So you got these like ideal personas that didn't convert. Let's talk to them and get some qualitative data on maybe their hesitations, or maybe it's the product wasn't working and some, like the payment processing kept failing and we just didn't know. So using qualitative data to understand that, but you may use quantitative data where you actually have reports of error logs and how many errors are happening at what parts of the funnel. And we saw that there was a huge spike in errors at the end of the funnel when they were trying to purchase, and that was it was a technical problem causing them. And so using qualitative and quantitative data, you make the decision on what's causing them not to convert, and then change whatever needs to be changed to fix it, and then continue to measure and make sure that the problem actually gets solved. I think that's the thing a lot of people forget too, is talking about that. So that's how I would answer. Tell me about a time when you had to use data to make a decision. And then just make sure you talk about the decision you made, who you pulled in, right? Like working with cross-functional teams, showing them the data, getting them to understand what the problem is, and then working with them to fix it, and then measuring that at the end to make sure that it actually was fixed and that you're moving the needle on whatever outcome you were trying to get. Yeah, good question. So product manager is an unfair role, so work unfairly. And I've actually not looked at this at all, but it would be interesting. It's definitely got a good title. Build your personal productivity system. So this person is, yeah, I've seen him on on Lenny's podcast. Your personal PM productivity system. So your days are jam-packed, your meetings, you got urgent slacks, always busy but never accomplished. Feels like treading water. It's going to get tougher. Boom times are over. Tech orgs are flattening. That's very true. Tech orgs are flattening. More experienced people are competing for scarcer product roles. Rapid advances in AI are accelerating expectations. Now imagine if you could end your day with a sense of accomplishment, spend a good chunk of every day in deep focused work, lead multiple teams with successful outcomes, communicate confidently with leadership about your capacity and priorities, be known as the PM who always finds a new way to use AI. After working with and interviewing dozens of successful product leads, they all consciously rebuilt their career critical areas, redesigned their personal operating system, implemented the key habits of self-reliant teams, recognize overhead and influence product org structure, leverage AI as a thinking partner, writing documents, and routine tasks. Yeah, this is huge. This is huge. And I wonder how many people are doing this. Because it's not just for product managers, right? Like, literally anyone listening to me right now can use AI as a thinking partner, writing documents, and routine tasks. And I can even show you an example of doing that. So I wrote this like 75, well, I didn't write it. I prepared this 75-page document. I think it's like, 73 pages on SQL for product managers. It's just like this like free guide on my website that anybody can download. And I actually gave, let me see if I can find the ChatGPT prompt that I used. Let's see, search SQL for PM guide. Yeah, I think this is it. No, this isn't it. Let's see, SQL. This is it. Okay, so I just, let me like zoom in on this and try to like move it over here for TikTok. This is the prompt that I used, right? I just said like, generate an outline for a 3-page document, PDF, for that teaches people wanting to become product managers how to use SQL. It should cover beginner and intermediate topics. Make sure the content provides definitions for any terms and analogies, or examples based on what a PM would encounter in the job. This was, I think, the critical piece. Make sure that the content builds on itself and tells a story of how someone would pull data and analyze it based on what the business executives or their manager asked them for. So it created an outline then that, let me just put this back. So then it created an outline that was like, introduction, And it created a story of like Alex, and he's a new product manager at Technova and understanding the basics, right? So it goes through all this, and then it starts going through Technova's database structure overview as Alex sees it, retrieving information, Alex filters for users who signed up in the last month, right? It like created this outline, and then all I did after the outline was like, great, using the outline you provided, create content for the introduction section. So I just took it section by section, and it created this introduction section. It goes through all this, right? It talks about Alex and his journey, building on Alex's journey. Then I'm like, great. I took the same prompt as last time, and I was like, now create the understanding the basics section. And so it says, it creates the content for that. It starts to give examples, right, of like data that you would see. And then it starts to show, yeah, so here's the SQL queries, right? So I just like would copy this, and then I just put it in here. I had to tweak it a little bit. I read through all of it because I wanted to make sure that like whatever thing I'm putting out is like good. I want it to be a good product for people, that they can just download off my website. But and I had to like do some formatting of different things. But I was just like, if you're someone who wants to become a product manager, or you're a product manager who's just wanting to learn SQL, this 73-page document is a stellar guide and really walks you through like someone's story, Alex's story, as they start to, do things for their manager. So let's see, I'm going to try to real world applications. Yeah, this is a perfect example. Alex's manager asked for a quick summary of new user registrations in the last month to evaluate the performance of a new feature launch. So the objective here, retrieve user IDs and sign up dates for users who signed up in the last 30 days. It shows what the SQL query would be. It shows an example of what the data looks like. It explains the query so that it kind of breaks it down for you. And then Alex's next steps, further analysis, plan to analyze user behavior post sign up, prepare recommendations for their boss. Yeah, and then give some cool analogies. It's like select statement as a menu order, things like that. So anyway, this is like, I think, a really good just way of using AI to write for you. And this took me all of like 30 minutes to create, right? Because I just took these, this little prompt, it gave me the outline, and then I did another prompt to just be like, great, now write each section, write the content for each section. I copied it, I pasted it, reformatted it, put my own voice in it in some places. And now, like, on my website, you can just, like, go download this thing. Oh, hang on. There we go. Right, so it's like here, under guides for PMs, it's SQL for product managers, and you can just, like, fill out the form, and it emails it to you. Anyway, yeah, if you're not using AI like this, you should be. Why this course? Anyway, we were looking at Tal's course. I'm curious to see AI Proof Your Career. Who is this course for? Build your personal PM AI copilot that you'll actually use from scratch without any code. Earn a reputation as the best PM at delegating and supervising AI. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely, like, it's a $700 course. It's a lot. I don't know that I could afford that, but like, it's really interesting. I think over time you could do this yourself, but that's the point of these courses too, is like to shortcut your time to learn these things. Oh, I see where Tal's coming from though, is like product management is unfair. We're expected to be both a maker and a manager's schedule. Nothing is planned for PM capacity. We can't hire or fire, but are expected to make things happen and fast. We're the cushion for organizational dysfunction. Any PM reading this has had a dozen more reasons. Unfortunately, assuming you're on an empowered product team with a clear strategy inside a business growing, this is only getting harder from here. In the past few years, we've seen the great flattening of tech, rising expectations for fewer individual contributors to earn larger swaths of product and manage multiple teams. Yeah. So get out of task before they even reach your to-do list or anyone's. I'm staying late because even though my meetings are done, I have a bajillion tiny tasks that are both urgent and important as a result of all the meetings. Work unfairly. Instead of adding action items from meetings to a to-do list, do action items live in the meeting. Yeah, 100%. The AI note takers are amazing. There's one called Fireflies. If you are working for a company and they are like paying for you, you should be using Fireflies. Get them to give you Fireflies, because that after every meeting, it sends me an email with all the to-dos by who's supposed to do them and a summary of the meeting. It's amazing, and it's only getting better. Yeah, and I've got it hooked into Slack. So Slack, yeah, this is it. Extend this approach for other meeting action. I'll write that. Jira. Let's make sure I got it right. Ping a colleague. Yeah. Cheat your way out of meetings with 59-second looms. Okay, this is actually a really good idea. And I didn't, it's only in the last like 6 months. I would say in the last 6 months, I've been doing this. Where like instead of scheduling a meeting to like show someone something, just do a loom. And if you don't know what loom is, it's just like a free screen recorder. That's like a browser extension too. So you can do it as an app or do it as a browser. It's totally free. But you just like screen record and talk them through whatever, show them how to do whatever, and then just send them the video. That seriously cut down on so many meetings. And then like they can provide feedback and you can talk through whatever. That's definitely a great idea. Hide, ignore, and automate Slack. Yeah, to anyone outside the product team, we are design, QA, knowledge team, after marketing, and then those kids. The PM, yeah. Implement Slack rituals and norms to create boundaries and make sure. I could do better at that. Yeah. I could probably do better at that myself. Yeah, this is a good article. I'm going to link it in the chat here, or in our Notion. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I think it has come time. I think we're at our time today. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out. I appreciate everybody joining. Let's get some, let's get some music back and everything. I actually really enjoy doing these. Yeah, thanks RJ, hopping over in the TikTok too. I enjoy these. This is fun. Kind of a good way to start the day. Get some energy out, right? If you need any help with the job search, come around, hang around this place. We're only going to keep growing the number of people in here. And also, I just want to hear how everybody's job search journey is going. Stay positive. This is going to work out. This is going to be the best way. RJ, have a great rest of your day as well. Thanks everybody for joining, and yeah, we'll do tomorrow, and then we won't do Thursday and Friday just because of holiday, but then we'll pick it back up next week. Awesome. Thanks everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.